4, 3, 2, 1. So super sorry to you guys who were trying to tune in live. We had some technical difficulties. Something about the Oracle being too cool that YouTube had to give us a community guidelines strike, but no worries. We're going to sit down here. We're going to record the Q&A tips and tricks for you guys. Just in case you're watching the recording for the first time and you weren't here at the start of the stream, I'm 𝖒𝖔𝖓𝖆𝖘𝙀𝖊𝖗𝞞. Here above me or below me, I don't know where he is anymore. Should be 𝖒𝖔𝖓𝖆. We asked you a week ago through the Monk Instagram page to send in your questions that you had about the Oracle, so the new gun from Monk Customs. We got a ton of stuff in the DMs. We collected it on a list. And yeah, we're here to basically answer all of those cool questions that you guys sent in. And at the same time, what you see here on the table, I'm going to be building an Oracle for the first time with no experience, just trying to, get it together. I managed to take it apart before, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
And he told me this just before we started the recording. Like, by the way, this is my first ever Oracle build. Like, what?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Any sort of struggle that you see him having with the build, even though it's like really easy to build, it's probably the identical struggle that each and every one of you will experience.
Yeah, so on the Monk YouTube page, if you're watching this video from there, there's a in-depth tutorial that 𝖒𝖓𝖆 filmed. You can also watch this back and maybe use it as a tutorial. But like I said, I'm not the expert on it. I did take pieces apart and I know how it works. I know it's put together. But like fully getting it from nothing to something that shoots, we'll have to see. But that's not the point of this stream. This is just a little bit of like ADHD stuff to watch on the side. The main thing are the questions that you guys sent in. So
let's start off with the first one. What color did you pick?
Oh yeah, that's a good one actually. I don't even have it on the table yet. Yeah, I thought the coolest color personally was this one. So the anodized aluminum. Wait, maybe I can turn on this light here. It'll be a little bit better. There we go.
Oh Lord.
Shiny.
My God, that looks angelic almost. Like God, the anodizing is super cool.
Yeah.
And quick notion, there were actually a lot of questions about the colorways. Even people asked about Cerakoting, everything else. Right now, there isn't actually a plan to Cerakote the Oracles because the alignment and the fitting is so tight that anodizing is the best way possible to actually achieve what it's supposed to achieve. There will be a ton of custom colors coming along, but more about that very soon. First things first, I would say that most common question, Cringe, is the price point, because a lot of people thought like, okay, sounds really impressive on paper, perfect alignment, everything else. How much does it cost?
Yeah, I was surprised about this one because to me it's like, I want to know what something costs. I just go on the website and look it up. But no, still people typed it through Instagram DMs, and yeah, still the price is really something that we're excited to share with you. If you go on monkcustoms.com right now, say I'm on the EU version of the store, there's 2 packages you can choose from. So there's one that includes the 𝖒𝖔𝖓, okay, which is the grip that goes on the Oracle with the regulator built in. And there's also a package which doesn't include the grip. And the reason you would want without the grip is if you already have like a Monk build laying around and you want to upgrade to the Oracle, then you use your existing 𝖒𝖔 or 𝖒𝖔𝖓.
Exactly.
And, yeah, what was the price? You have it pulled up right now, 𝖒𝖔?
So the one that Cringe has actually taken away from you guys, and I'm saying that way is because it was actually the last one. It sold out completely, the silver one. Together with the 𝖒𝖔𝖓 is $734. And the one without the 𝖒𝖔𝖓 is $642.95.
Yeah.
So a magnificent price point, actually, considering the fact that it doesn't have a gearbox. Because for the people that do have some experience with building HPA guns, and especially like speed guns, the gearboxes, the really lightweight ones created for HPA engines, are quite pricey. Um, One of the most commonly used ones are the retro arms ones, and those cost around $100. So that's like a huge thing that falls away. You don't need a gearbox, but you'll probably notice that while Cringe is building his very first one. I'm really excited what you think about it once you. I know you already held it and you already like shot it and whatever, but it's still different when you build your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, and you get much more intimate with her, then you get to know her in every aspect. But yeah, I think the price point for Monk super competitive, you guys. I mean, if you're familiar with the old pricing, everything has gone down. Part of that is because Monk has moved away from a B2B business. It's now only direct through consumer, and you can get it at like 2 other Monk partner businesses, so 𝖏𝖓𝖆 and 𝖒𝖔𝖓𝖆 anodizing. But yeah, that margin was basically given back to you guys, so that's why the Oracle is so cheap. So yeah, thanks for that question.
More maybe about the build itself. As you can see, Cringe has the F2 engine in it, and one of the people actually asked us what other engines can fit in it. How about other Polar Star engines like the Jack or the 𝖒𝖓𝖆? And we've actually gotten confirmed that they can fit, definitely, but the replica itself has actually been created around the F2 engine, which is, I believe, the most commonly used HPA engine, especially in Speedsoft. This is the most versatile one, and it's actually been created for perfect alignment and functionality with the F2.
It's the best performing engine, just hands down, guys. If you ask anyone who's playing, top competitive Speedsoft, the dual solenoid system of the F2 gives you the best response rate of fire. So yeah, definitely recommend an F2, but it's good to know that if you have a Jack laying around, and say you also still have an 𝖒𝔔𝖓 laying around, you can pick up the Oracle without the grip, and you can throw your Jack in there, and yeah, you can just have some fun.
The star of the Oracle is actually the alignment, and also like arguably as well the no gearbox part. Those are like really the shining stars of this build, together with the perfect CNC finish. Because oh my god, like I love how everything is like nicely finished. Even the part around the magwell is like nice and smoothened out, no like really sharp edges or whatever. Those are sort of the stars of the Oracle, and the weight you wouldn't believe. It's crazy. We've already talked about the packages. Now someone actually asked how many will be made, and Cringe, correct me if I'm wrong, but in total, together with the different colorways, I think that they only created 50 of the original batch with the release.
Yeah. So the one from Pro 1 was indeed 50 oracles, but there's actually a new batch on the way. So the second batch was 42, so a bit less, but the second batch, it's actually coming back from 𝖒𝖑𝖏, from Anodizing Customs. So that one is going to be, something. It does link to some other questions that I see here. I mean, I see, will there be more customization options in the future? Will it only be splatter? I want color fades.
We see you, 𝖏𝖔𝖏. We see you, 𝖏𝖔𝖏.
That was definitely Harry who gave us that one. Can you custom paint oracles? Yeah, well, you answered about the Cerakoting, but basically people they've seen on Instagram the really dope anodizing from 𝖒𝖑𝖏, and they want to know if they can get their hands on them. And the answer is, guys, yes, they are on their way back, and they're going to be, online. I think, what was it, like within 2 weeks, something like that?
Exactly. And you can already see a couple of examples that 𝖒𝖑𝖏 already made with the oracles on their Instagram. So if you go to 𝖒𝖑𝖏 Paintball, you can find a couple of examples of the Oracle in really unique, really cool colors. I know how much people were drooling over that really colorful one. I believe that's a collector's item. That one's not for sale. But also the one that Remy was using, the black and gold one.
That was
it's just, dude, it's just gorgeous. You know what I mean? And to sort of already answer the question, people are maybe wondering, is it gonna be like a batch of unique colors or one-of-ones or whatever that's gonna be coming out from Monk, or can you actually request custom anodizing for the colors that you like? Like, for example, you know I love my green. So I'm gonna be rocking a green one, hopefully somewhere in the future. Even though apparently green is really hard to anodize.
Yeah, that's weird. And like some colors you can't anodize at all. So there are some limitations to the technology. But I'm pretty sure that from now on, all of the custom coloring work, anodization work, it's going to be through Putty. However, there are going to be some new base set anodized colors coming out soon. So, you know, with the first drop, we had the glossy black, the matte black, the raw, the anodized silver. Well, now there's going to be a new set as well. Maybe I think we can already tell them, right? It's going to be what was it again? Like purple was one of them, I know for sure.
Red for sure.
That's right.
Red is going to be.
And then blue, I think, right? So three of those base
but
colors.
It wasn't a simple blue, it was baby blue, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really brightish sort of baby blue. It's gonna be really, really cool.
Yeah.
And also like not only the custom colors that you can create through Putty will be there. There will also be, of course, the beloved one-of-ones colorways. If you really want something unique to never be made again, those will also be coming out. But also a bit different editions that we'll be creating, like for example, one of 3 or one of 2. Those are also going to be for sale in the Monk shop. But all the custom colors you can even actually directly purchase from Putty. Like, yeah, you'll grab one of the raw ones, make it to your liking, ship it over to you. It's going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Those are going to be super sick. There's also soon going to be something online called the Build Your Own Oracle, or the Oracle Builder. Not sure exactly what the name's going to be yet, but the idea is, so there's going to be those 3 new anodized base set colors coming out. It's going to be purple, red, and the baby blue. Now imagine you want to sort of have a gun that has the black body, but then the red, outer barrel or red handguard, or you want to change the color of the grip. Then in the Build Your Oracle app, you can just go ahead, customize everything, and then click order, and it's going to be assembled and sent straight to your door. So that's also extra customization that's coming.
Yeah, talking about that, someone asked whether Monk towards the future will actually be building the oracles and then shipping it to people. And because of local legislation, it's really hard to do. So that's a no, but they will be providing all-in-one packages that you receive everything that you need for an oracle in one package, and being shipped over to you all the way to your liking. And to actually go further with that, someone asked whether more customization options will be available in the future. I'm not specifically sure what they're referring to. In colors, definitely, like we just mentioned, Putty is going to be an amazing collab. And also, like, new handguards and outer barrel lengths will be available. I'm not sure about you guys, but I completely fell in love with the 7-inch handguards from the one-of-one monks, from the Monk 11 bodies. I like the fact that, you know, my tracer's sort of sitting inside, and it's like, it looks like really sleek, like an alien gun. I fell in love with that one. I know, like, for example, a lot of the pro teams like the 5-inch ones because they like to get their gun barrels really, really short. So those will also be coming along. That for sure. And also different colorways, so you can sort of like mix and match. That's also for sure coming.
Look, I have a good example to that person who ever asked about the customization. Is, let's say you have a team and your team plays in, I don't know, green and whatever other color which is not currently available. If you contact monkcustoms.com, they will basically fully build you out some oracles in the set of your team's colors if you order multiple. So, you know, anything is really possible. Actually, this reminds me of another question we added to the list. I see it here. I want one-of-a-kind engraving done on my Oracle, like my logo. How would that work? Yeah, so that's the same thing, is you would email Monk Customs. Then after that, they could engrave anything you want on the gun. Of course, with engraving, it's a little bit different than just doing some custom colors. Like, then you're really kind of reworking the metal. So there's like some implications to that, but still, you dream it, they can do it. That's why it's called Monk Customs, guys. It's really to make your personal build.
Definitely. And someone asked will there be a restock? And apparently it's someone from Australia. Yes, it's coming. They're very popular. The CNC machining, to give a little bit of context why it takes a bit longer to create these, it's full CNC machining. So you have, like, if you know a little bit about it, you have two types of CNC machining. Well, you have the poured aluminum kind that they sort of pour in the aluminum, melted aluminum, and it sort of, you know, forms a mold, and then they cut it. This is not the case. This is like a full aluminum block, and it gets cut out of that. So that's also the reason why it's so light. But it's coming, but everything is sent from the EU.
Yeah. And there's also, I just heard that the next batch of 50, so not the Putty custom colors, which are coming, but just the standard colors, and then plus the new ones, they just got out the machine shop today. So they're going to be done anodizing within 2 weeks. So basically, guys, within 2 weeks, there's going to be a ton of different oracles online, and then you can just, snag them up.
So yeah, to once again concretely answer the question as well about the Cerakoting. So the product still needs to be tested, whether it will work as intended when that Cerakote layer gets put on, because Cerakote is quite thick. It's like, obviously not like a huge poured paint or whatever, but it's quite thick, and it can actually influence the alignment, and then the product won't work as intended. Meanwhile, anodizing is something very different, and can actually handle the tight tolerances of the features of the Oracle.
Yeah, exactly. So the anodizing, it doesn't even look like there's a coating on it, guys. It really just looks like colored metal. It's super sick.
Yeah, and someone asked something interesting as well, Cringe, whether the Oracle actually only works with the 𝖒𝖔𝖓, or whether you can use the old school Oracle or even different brands of tank grip, because we know there are many.
Yeah, so it definitely works with just the ESG. So if you have the version without the built-in regulator, when it comes to other grips, I would say no, because, you know, the way, well, I have it in my hands right here. So if you see, if I put the 𝖒𝖔𝖓 on, the way that it fits together, like how it meshes here, where it clips, is like literally conforming perfectly to the 𝖒𝖔𝖓. It's also perfectly flat. So I can imagine anything else, which is not an 𝖒𝖔𝖓, will either have like a little annoying bulge, or maybe it doesn't even go in deep enough. You don't know. But what I can say is that the 𝖒𝖔𝖓, the 𝖒𝖔𝖓 for sure will work, and your old ESG will also work, and that's all which we can really guarantee.
Well, like I said, one of the points that the Oracle really is praised for is the CNC machining, the finish, and it's sort of made to perfection with the parts intended for it. Yeah. Can you put in like a PTS grip in there with a line going through? Of course you can. Will it be the same as with an ESG or an 𝖒𝖔𝖓? No, hell no.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an interesting question as well. Someone asked how long actually it will take to get a customized version. What is the wait time?
Yeah, that depends on, of course, what your ask is. So if you're gonna, get a whole custom set in your team colors, and we need to send the raw versions to anodizing and everything like that, that's gonna take more time. But when the Monk custom Oracle builder is online, it shouldn't be any longer than just getting, let's say fully colored Oracle. So you should get it in the same amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. And also, if you have specific things that you need from Putty, of course, it really depends on the queue. Imagine that there are like, 10 people before you that also have custom builds. So, it's going to be first come, first serve.
Yeah, basically. Here, I'll also take a look at the question list. Right now, what I'm doing is I just did your trick, right? Which you showed in your build thing, is you put the mag in, you mesh it with your hop up, and then afterwards you screw in the screws which hold the hop up in place. So then you know that it's just going to fit perfectly every time.
Exactly, and how the alignment is created, that also creates the perfect distance between the hop-up unit and the engine. So that's also a really cool thing.
Yeah.
You're going really fast, man. You're good. Are you sure this is your first time?
Definitely. I built a lot of guns, so at one point it's still basically the same thing.
That's like intuition, almost like.
Yeah, I can do it maybe with my eyes closed. So far, so good. I'll let you know if I run into any hiccups, and maybe you can help me.
So someone asked, because you're actually almost at that step, how do you adjust the nozzle distance for air seal, etc.?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me show you, because maybe someone's trying to build it up with a different type of hop up, or you never know. Or they have like a Polar Star jack or something along those lines. So when you open it up, the engine goes in from the rear, like this.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, you slide it in there.
Stop.
Yeah. Man, I need to hold myself back as well. If not, I'll just keep going on with those jokes. But basically, you just push it in. Once you feel it push against your bucking, then you're making the right air seal. Then you just screw down right here this set screw, and essentially, because the engine moves freely in this upper, if you need to adjust it a millimeter back or a millimeter forward, right, because of how your specific hop up is sitting, or you're using a different Polar Star engine, that's all adjustable, and it's actually way easier to adjust than anything with a gearbox, of course.
100%. Also, a nice moment maybe to notify the people of is that the design of the upper is also created not only for the F2, but like we said, the other engines of Polar Star can actually also fit the jack and the 𝖒𝖓, for example, but also is actually being created for the size and the mold, let's say, of the max hop-up unit. So does that mean that other hop-up units will not fit? No, it's just the way that it's created for the Oracle. It will work best with a max hop-up unit.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, maybe this is a good lead. I see some people asking, when is the new Monk stuff coming out? Well, yeah, you can imagine we're running a max hop-up unit right now, but I will tell the viewers, there's going to be some cool stuff coming very soon. There's going to be a Monk hop-up unit, and there's also going to be a Monk trigger, right?
Oh yeah.
So guys, stay tuned for those things. That means you'll have more Monk parts, and then of course the engine will always be Polar Star, because Polar Star is really like the longest in the game. Their engines are just the top performing ones out there. But at least the other stuff, the trigger, it wasn't a hop-up unit. It was a mag release, my bad.
No, well, there are concepts also for a hop-up unit as well. And it's yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm mixing up.
There's a lot. Like I don't freaking blame you, because there's a lot, dude. And some of the people that have been on the socials the last couple of days have been sort of teased with the pictures from the Polar Star guys and their manufacturing side and everything else. All I'm gonna say is like big things are coming. It's gonna be incredible. One of the cooler, it's a small thing, but it's something that I personally really like, is we're gonna get exclusive all black engines for the Oracle from Polar Star. Like and they're gonna look gorgeous.
There's so much stuff coming out, guys. So that's why this question just says, when's the new Monk stuff coming out? Guys, there's new Monk stuff. There's new Polar Star stuff. What we can say for sure, at least, is trigger and mag release from Monk, and then new engine for the Oracle from Polar Star. So just stay tuned for that. I mean, that's going to be, first of its kind, never before done.
And just a quick one, Cringe. I'm gonna ask it. Someone asked, what about a ARP9 version?
Ooh, that must be Harry again. He's like invaded these questions. Yes, there's an ARP9 version coming. Okay, there, I said it. But it's gonna be in the Monk style, that modular style. So you can imagine, you have your M4 Oracle, and then boop, you want to switch it to ARP. It's going to be really sick, guys. So if you want an ARP Oracle, just hang in there. It's coming.
I've seen the concept art. It's got to blow people's minds.
You know what? Since it was asked, and I'm at this step anyway, I'm just going to show you guys. Now I just screwed in this set screw, which holds the engine together. There was some people which showed a video online of the engine moving inside the Oracle, saying like, yeah, look at this gas blowback device. Guys, that specific video was like the first prototype Oracle ever that was taken apart and like messed with and shown to people a million times, okay? And it was a user error. I don't know which player slapped that thing back together. They did not tighten this set screw hard enough. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, I'm with my finger on the engine. I just tightened it. I'm literally pulling as hard as I can, like with my thumb, pushing it down, trying to slide the engine back out, and it does not move. Like, it's seriously just cemented in there. So if you tighten the set screw fully in, it's not gonna move, guys. So geez, I can't believe we have to explain this to people who've never held, the Oracle in their hands.
Imagine a dude just not like putting in the screw of the mag release. He's like, hey, my mag keeps falling out, but I wonder why.
Exactly.
Jesus. Someone asked what the weight is of the Oracle, just parts and then also full build. And I see here from the data, it was around 0.9 kilograms, including the 𝖒𝖔𝖓. So just below 2 pounds for the people that don't like the metric system. And that is all the info I have. I'm not sure what the full build is. Did someone say it was like 1.3 kilograms, something like that?
Yeah, I do remember like just ever so slightly above the 1 kilo with the engine inside. But hey, when I'm done, I can wait for you guys. If we remember, we'll get back to that one.
Awesome. So, and then maybe like we've already talked about the alignment, the machining of it, the no gearbox and everything else. But someone asked like, how much more consistent would it make me as a player? How much would it improve my gameplay? You know what I mean? So they actually asked like, okay, this is what it stands for, but what does it mean for me as a player?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Thank you for whoever submitted that.
That one as well.
Yeah, it's tough to say, right? It depends on where you are as a player. If you're already in the competitive scene for a while or you're just starting out. I also thought, wait, let me check through the list. I also saw this one. For a beginner, would the Oracle's consistency make learning airsoft easier than with an AG? So I'm gonna answer both.
That's a loaded question, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer both at the same time. I don't even know. Maybe the second one's a little bit of a troll, but I'm gonna answer it seriously nonetheless. look, the Oracle is basically the gun that you buy if you don't want your gun, what's in your hands, to be your limiting factor of your performance, right? So when you have the Oracle, you know that its limit, right, is way higher than what your limit is, especially if you're a beginner. That means you can unleash your potential. So will it make you more consistent? To be consistent, you have to train. If you train to become consistent, will the Oracle have that room for you to be like super accurate and everything like that? Yes. I hope that makes sense. That's how I would answer it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And I always remember that quote that General Shepard says, I believe in Modern Warfare 2 in Call of Duty. He says like, sure, it matters who's swinging the biggest stick, but it matters a hell of a lot more who's swinging it. So
yeah,
if you think you got the athleticism already, you got the movement, and you got the communication, you got what it takes, and you just don't want to think or worry about what you're shooting with, then the Oracle is right for you, because you just slap it in, set in the screws in the correct way so the alignment is correct, and it's gonna shoot as well as you can shoot.
Yeah.
So you won't be limited by your equipment in a sense. You just build a gun and it will shoot exactly as good as you can shoot. No more BS about, yeah, but my hop up is this and I was shooting and left and right, and that's pretty much the best thing you can actually say about it. And Cringe, really quickly, I can see that you are actually working right now with the trigger unit. And someone asked a really cool question about that, and they asked, why is the trigger unit 3D printed instead of CNC?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Look, part of releasing the Oracle at this price point was to make it, accessible for as many people as possible. So the smaller a thing you try and CNC, right, the more cost essentially that you incur as a business, because it's such a small piece that you're machining in the big CNC machine that the time and everything doesn't make sense. So it's to keep the cost low. At the same time, there's a good point that different triggers, the bar that goes through the trigger can be a slightly different diameter. So if you need to file your trigger housing to make it a little bit better for whatever trigger you want to use, then you can easily do that. Or if for whatever reason you mess up and you break it, right, during this filing process, the 3D printing files are just available on monkcustoms.com. So then you can print out a new trigger housing yourself, or you can even customize that print if you know anything about 3D drawing. So I think that was a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, I also thought the same thing, because the goal is to give something really affordable, and in terms of functionality, something really amazing. And if one of the pieces that's sort of holding you back in that regard is 3D printed, that's perfectly fine. I think it's such a small, complicated piece, which could actually be a more of a pain in the ass if it was CNC than anything else. Because honestly, Cringe, how often didn't you have to, like, for example, shim your triggers in your gearbox because like the gearbox wasn't perfect for it, or it was too thick or whatever? This is just a pain in the ass.
Too many times, man. Too many times. And you never know, say you're someone who really goes crazy with their customization and you want some weird non-polar star trigger board in there. Not that I would recommend that you go and do that, but I'm just saying that then you could, get the print files and work that out yourselves, adjust it so that it fits. So
we've got a lot of 3D moguls out there, like people who are really good with it. So it wouldn't surprise me that people would get creative with it in no time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe this is a good link into some other questions I see right under there. So of course, we said, if you want to get the file for the trigger housing, you can. But what about other small parts, small things that come with the Oracle? One person asked, are there maintenance kits coming soon? Also, for example, someone said, what about spare parts? So I don't know if those are the same, or maybe spare parts he's talking about, like a thing like a hand guard. Do you know anything about that?
Maybe like they're referring to when they talk about maintenance kits, maybe they're referring to the screws and the small O-rings and everything else that you actually get in the packaging of the Oracle. If that is the question in terms of maintenance kits, yes. So you will have everything from A to Z in terms of maintenance kits. We're talking about the small little O-rings, even the small little screws that hold your hop-up unit and or outer barrel together. You will have the whole shebang. And if we talk about spare parts, like for example the hand guard, imagine that you're a real wild thing and you just break that hand guard into pieces. I mean, you do you. Then yes, you can even actually purchase those separately, outer barrels, if you want to play around with the colors, everything. The product is sort of created to be built and maintained like a quality '68 Mustang.
Yeah, and I think if you're breaking, snapping off your Oracle aluminum handguard, then there's definitely something wrong with you, because how did you even manage to do that, first of all? But yeah, thankfully you should be able to order that stuff.
Yeah, so like, how did you manage to break that? And he's like, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Here's a really funny one. Someone asked, will Monk only produce non-gearbox bodies from here on out?
Yeah, that's a fair question. The answer is simple. It's yes. Essentially, a non-gearbox body is such an upgrade, right, that there's no reason to go back, right? So the Oracle is going to be the only thing we run and build from here on out. So yeah.
Imagine that guy just asking that question at home, and he's got his retro arms in his hands and just waiting to throw it out. Like, say yes, say yes. He just wants to throw it out.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would be funny.
Oh, I don't get this one really. Someone asked, is there going to be other versions of the Oracle or just one? Like, do they mean like in terms of design or cuts, or like in version in what way?
I think it's because earlier it was teased that there's going to be some upgrades to the Oracle, or there's going to be some new versions. I think at some point maybe someone mentioned that. What we can say is yes, there are going to be different versions. There's going to be upgrades, upgrade kits even. So one thing I can tell you, and you might have seen it on a build from Pudi, is that there's going to be an on-off switch on the back of the gun. So the on-off switch is going to be sold as an upgrade kit to those who don't have it, because this part of the Oracle, the rear cap essentially, you can just from the inside screw it off, screw it back on. So you'll be able to get a rear cap with a switch on the back, so you don't have to open up your grip to unplug the battery. So that's one. There's also other upgrade kits coming. Do you recall any of the other ones?
I recall a couple of them, a couple of upgrades, but I'm not sure whether it's classified or not.
Yeah, that's always the question. But look, you guys, we mentioned that there's going to be the ARP version. There's going to be one with a switch. Okay, there's going to be new things coming out. There's even going to be some stuff like special inlays that you can place here inside the body. So you see where it's cut out here? There's going to be some special inlays of different materials that you can place in there. We're just making sure that we can find the right supplier to give us the most high quality material to cut out. But yeah, that's all going to be coming, guys, and way sooner than you think.
The challenge with the new Oracles is that they're so sleek and they're so nimble and cut that making them your own is one of the most interesting parts to do with them. That's why we have all of these like details in them, to give them a little bit of your own personality. Like for example, I'm not sure whether you were seeing what Cringe is doing right now, is putting actually the body pin that holds the upper and the top of the lower together. which is held together by one pin with two high kappa grip screws. So you can buy all sorts of colors and whatever and make it your own a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So this is talking about this screw right here. This is from a high kappa grip. So you can buy gold ones, you can buy whatever, it's all up to you.
Or if you're feeling really flashy, like one of the rainbow ones.
Yeah. Indeed. Lots of crazy customization options coming, guys. Let's see, what else is there?
Will there be new barrel lengths coming? I think we went over that already. Yes, the 5-inch and the 7-inch are on the roadmap.
Yeah, we have so many questions, guys. Sorry if we don't answer it directly. We answered the engraving one. Yeah, maybe this one is good to recall. There are, like, will you sell a full build? We're not selling a full pre-build, but we are selling a full build kit. That's coming soon. And with the new Monk Polar Star collaboration stuff. So where you're going to have really crazy, internals to put inside your Oracle. It's just you're going to still have to assemble it yourselves.
This is a really specific one as well. I play without hop-up for more drop. Do I still need a bucking? And this is like tech tips.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the Oracle, guys. You need a bucking, right? You need something to at least hold the BB back a little bit. If not, when you plug your mag in, when your nozzle opens, all your BBs just shoot through. And you'll have no air seal without a bucking. So you definitely need a bucking.
Imagine just people just letting it flow. Just let it flow, and like all of these just flying like crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's cost savings or what. Like, why would you like even want to save on a bucking? Like, it's like super cheap, dude. Just get a bucking.
Someone asked straightforward what the advantages of an Oracle compared to the competitor. Well, we're never gonna what is the right word? Bash on anyone. You can buy and shoot with whatever you think it's comfortable for you. But the Oracle is the interpretation of Monk Customs for the all-in-one concept, right? The main focus is on performance. It's built for the sport, quality of the finish. The cost is phenomenal. The ease of maintenance and the quality of life. It's their answer to the question, if there were one gun to rule the sport, like how would it look like for you? And this is sort of Monk Customs' answer. All of the highlights, of course, they can find on the website. I think that the page of the Oracle is really cool. But I think that that question, like, okay, what is the one gun to rule them all? This is the interpretation of Monk Customs, and I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I think also it was said before by Bert when I interviewed him, it's the alignment that makes the Oracle different. So right now I just have it screwed in, but these little screws surrounding the hop up here, I can adjust. So I can look down my barrel with a flashlight, see where the nozzle is sitting, and then I can essentially adjust the hop up position sub-millimeter level to get it perfectly centered in the barrel. And what I can tell you with other competitors, even though we don't bash on them, and I'm not going to bash on them, everyone who's doing anything similar, they're simply getting bodies out there where, okay, you drop your internals in, and how your internals fit in that body is just how it fits. Every single manufacturing process, okay, for aluminum, whatever, has some deviation, some play, right? You can't overcome that, okay? Even NASA, right, when they make spaceships, when they manufacture parts, they also have a deviation in their measurements, okay? And for the price point that we are at with Airsoft, that deviation is actually a bit more than you think. So if you're unlucky, you'll get a build from a competitor, you throw in your internals, and then, yeah, things are misaligned. With the Oracle, no matter what, every single time, your alignment is guaranteed because you can adjust it. And people just don't understand this part about the Oracle. It's literally like a huge advancement in the sport. And, until, doubters, trash talkers hold it in their hands and shoot it and get to experience it,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of people are skeptical, and it's quite insulting in a sense to say, yeah, it's a really cool body. No, it's not a body. Like Monk Customs did amazing bodies in the past and with their signature splatter and everything else, but this is the product, you know.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a really cool body, you can get anything from A to Z, you know. Like you can do whatever you want. The answer is way longer than the question, but this is purely about performance, alignment, creating a product that will not disappoint. But by the way, you were trash talking NASA, man. Jeez.
Yeah,
Calm down.
You know, I won't say any names out there, but if you're watching this and you heard that, then yeah,
it is what it is. Someone asked really funny, will there be more of the Oracle matte black color? I think that even though I really love the splatter ones, the iconic, like, you know, Monk is known for the splatter, right? I think that the base colors got sold the quickest. I was like one of the first people who said, I'm gonna show it right here. This is my baby. This is the Vader build, baby. Look at this.
Yeah.
I call it the Vader because it's full glossy black and it has like the red internals, like the saber. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's so sick, man. The
This
Sith Lord,
exactly.
Oracle.
But I think that the base colors, like the silver one, the raw one, the black ones, they got sold like this.
Yeah, but like we said before, guys, the set of base colors, we're gonna make 50 more. They just came out of production today, and they're gonna be done anodizing within 2 weeks. So there's gonna be more matte blacks in stock, more glossy black, more anodized silver, and you're gonna have the purple, red, and baby blue anodized versions all coming up on the website in 2 weeks. Don't forget, you can have the Oracle editor, which is going to be online in 2 weeks, so you can decide to do an even crazier Vader build and one up 𝖒𝖓 by having a red handguard and a black body.
Hey yo,
I'm giving them ideas, man. I'm giving them ideas. I know, but they need to know.
Dude, the moment that you said that, immediately a build popped into my mind. Imagine like a full silver build, like a raw build with a red grip, and you call it the red right hand, like from the song from Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, that's
the red right hand. Boom,
bro.
Boom. Oh,
that would be crazy. That would be wicked, wicked. Okay, let's see.
Hey,
what else we got?
Quick question. What did he say about the yellow anodizing? Is that possible, or did they say, what did Putty say, that it's incredibly hard or impossible? What did he say?
Yeah, yellow is hard, and then I think it's something like white is impossible, basically. It just doesn't work. You can't get a nice white finish with anodizing technology, but yellow is possible but hard. So if you guys are thinking of, you know, special color combos, yeah, white you have to count out, fortunately. Also, dude, check it out. I got it together. I have to say, I have the line plugged in, the FCU plugged in, triggers in. The only thing is, and this is also my fault because I didn't get the material that was on monkcustoms.com website. I just had like this random AliExpress freaking mag release laying around that was in a build, and also another random one laying around, and like it's just a little bit too thick to fit in the mag release housing. So the show's
so good, dude.
Yeah, but of course the dual like max mag release, which is recommended to be used with the Oracle, that one fits perfectly in, and I have it laying in another build, so I will just go swap that in. But I mean, in terms of where the mag goes in, it meshes just perfectly. Boom, in. I got the hand guard on, I got the barrel in. I will do some fine tuning, of course, on the alignment like I talked about with the screws, but since that's more detail work, it'll come later. But check it out, bro. While talking to you, I managed to put this thing together first try. Not too bad.
My God, it looks really, really freaking cool. What color tracer are you gonna put in it?
Well, unfortunately, I'm a simple dude. I only have black tracers, but yeah, having a red one or a blue one, I think would be super sick in this build, of course.
Here's a really cool one, because I had like a lot of double questions, like people asking about the splatter, other colors. But here's a really cool one. Do you have a waitlist system for the sold out Oracle colors?
I remember when I saw this question and we brought it up with the rest of the team, and we decided, yeah, this is actually something we don't have, but it's a good addition to the website. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna have to go through a bit of tech demoing to make sure everything works as intended, but that is something that's gonna be coming. So let's say you want the matte black, right, without grip, it's sold out. There's gonna be a little box you can put in your email, and you'll simply be added in a queue in a wait list, so that when it comes out, you'll get an email first, potentially. This is how it might work. Maybe it'll be slightly different. And then you'll be able to buy it straight away. So you don't have to fight and keep asking us, when is it going to be restocked? When is it going to be restocked? You're going to get it. Don't worry.
And another really, 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 really cool one. Whether we have any one-of-a-kind Oracle engraving, like initials, logo, does Monk Customs do that? Yes, we do that as well. Laser engraving is possible. You just contact them through the website, then you'll probably email so you can send the file. Be aware though, laser engraving any part means that the warranty, in a sense, is void. In the sense specifically that you cannot return it. Imagine that the functionality is off or something like that, that's one thing, but you cannot return the item anymore because it has been personalized to your needs. So that's something to keep track of.
Yeah, however, any customization you do through the official partner, Pooty, is still within warranty. Yeah, I'm also, now that I'm done building this thing up, I'm gonna go through the list. I think we answered most of it. Maybe we even answered some double, but hey, whatever, more the merrier.
This one, like we pretty much answered it. Like, what is the reason for the Oracle? Why is it so new? We pretty much answered that. This is the next generation competition receiver. It's purpose built. It's one of those things, when you hold it, you understand it. Really, really cool thing. Like, for example, for the people who might be watching this already after we're done, we're occasionally gonna be at the Real Strike Arena during pickup games and other events with our oracles to sort of lend you them so you can use them, make your own conclusions, test it out.
Yeah, like we'll definitely be just giving them out like candy, not to keep, but just to try. So yeah, if you want to come see an Oracle, just drop by the pickups. Let's see. Yeah, seems like we answered pretty much everything. Maybe not this one, like the Oracle production capped per batch. Do you scale it based on demand? Yeah, that's a bit of like the inner workings of, let's say, the company, but we do work with a batch system, and right now the demand is higher than what we're currently producing. So we can't even scale to demand. We're just pumping them out, but they usually come out in batches between 40 to 50 at a time. So when you hear that there's a restock, just know it's usually around 50 guns.
Yeah, and it's a process to create these batches. So use your time wisely, because once again, as I explained before, this is fully CNC cut aluminum made from one block of aluminum. That's why the process is complex and it takes some time. That's why it's also done in batches.
Yeah, and I see this one also we didn't answer. It says, do the restocks, are they affected by different places, like Europe versus North America or Australia? No. So monkcustoms.com is global. It'll already be put in your currency in your region, and the stock list is for everyone in every region at once. It's not like we have more set aside for the USA or Europe or whatever.
Yeah, no more B2B, like Cringe pretty much said at the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Direct to consumer, baby. We also see here, what's the biggest challenge Monk faced designing the Oracle? how you overcame it. Well, you know, I wasn't necessarily involved in the design process that much. Bert did say something about like getting the feel right, you know, like everything, like with the tapering of all the edges. I think that's one thing he mentioned, right, Adi? Or did you hear him say something else?
Well, yeah, he also said like he wanted like a sleek design, because if you look at it right now at the fully built Oracle from Cringe, you cannot see any sort of like screws and stuff lying around. He wanted like a sleek product, and you cannot see the front body pin. That was also like quite challenging to remove.
Yeah. So that sort of, I guess, refinement of the product was the most challenging from a design aspect.
I mean, it's one thing to make it practical. It's a different thing to make it beautiful, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, I think looking at it, I've answered together with Adi pretty much everything. Of course, we're always here for you, so you can reach out directly to us on Instagram. I'm cringe_airsoft. Adi, your handle has now have the Bushido acronym on it. What's your Instagram handle nowadays?
Yeah, so it's the new team is called Bushido. I'm the captain of it, and it's 𝖏𝖔𝖓𝖆𝖘𝖙𝖊𝖗, ALIC. It's my last name actually. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show as well during Challengers. I think it was a really cool one.
Yeah, it was super nice. You know, seeing your team perform, you really showed them what's up, basically. So, yeah, reach out to us, guys, please, on Instagram directly. We'll answer your questions super fast. And yeah, hopefully you found this session helpful, and I will catch you guys in the next one.
Much love.
Peace. Orange.
Orange.